If you've ever felt completely stuck because a triangle didn't have that perfect neat 90-degree angle, well, you're in the right place, because you need the cosine rule. Today, we aren't just going to stare at some random formula to memorize. No way. We are unlocking what is basically the ultimate triangle cheat code. We're talking about the master key for absolutely any triangle, regardless of its shape or size.
Okay, so here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll formally meet the rule, unpack the actual formula, run through finding both a missing side and a missing angle, and then wrap things up with some common traps you definitely want to avoid. Let's get right to it.
Starting off with Section 1, meet the cosine rule, the master key for any triangle. It's time we finally break free from relying entirely on right-angled triangles.
So, what is it? The cosine rule, which by the way is sometimes called the law of cosines, is the ultimate link between the three sides and one angle of literally any triangle. You know, you can kind of think of a triangle like a closed system. If you know certain pieces of that system, the cosine rule lets you calculate the rest of it. Specifically, it steps in to save the day in two particular scenarios, when you need to find a missing side or when you're hunting down a missing angle.
Moving right along to Section 2, unpacking the formula, your toolkit. We really need to establish the exact conditions you need to actually use this math cheat code.
You can think of these as your official rules of engagement. You can only pull this specific tool out of your toolbox in one of two scenarios. The first is what we call SAS, or side angle side. This just means you know the length of two sides and you know the exact angle that sits directly between them, what we call the included angle. The second scenario is SSS, or side side side. This is where you know the lengths of all three sides of your triangle, but you don't know a single angle. So if you spot either an SAS or SSS scenario in the wild, you know instantly it's time to pull out the cosine rule.
And here it is, the whole shebang. C squared equals A squared plus B squared minus 2AB times the cosine of angle C. Now, take a really close look at this. Notice how the base formula starts off looking incredibly familiar? C squared equals A squared plus B squared. I mean, that's just the Pythagorean theorem, right? But then we tack on that crucial subtraction at the end, minus 2AB cosine C. That little adjustment at the tail end, that's the magic. That's what allows this formula to stretch and bend to fit any triangle, not just the right-angled ones.
Now, obviously, you aren't strictly locked into finding side C. You can totally rearrange the letters depending on what exactly you're looking for. If you want to find side A, well, you start with A squared. If you want side B, you start with B squared. But, and this is absolutely crucial, you must always remember the golden rule of this formula. You have to match the angle at the very end of the equation with the side you're calculating at the very beginning. Notice how little a on the far left perfectly pairs with capital A on the far right. That symmetry right there is exactly how you keep the formula perfectly balanced.
All right, Section 3, finding a side. This is Mission 1, the SAS scenario. It's time to put all this theory into practice and walk through it together.
Let's break it down. Step 1, we identify our variables. Let's say we have sides of 5 and 7 centimeters and an included angle of 60 degrees. Step 2, we literally just plug these numbers straight into our recipe. Step 3, we simplify the math. So once we square our sides and subtract that chunky back half of the formula, our entire equation boils all the way down to a very neat C squared equals 39.
But wait, we aren't quite done yet. We have C squared right now, not C. So taking the square root of 39 gives us our triumphant final answer, a side length of approximately 6.24 centimeters. Boom! Mission 1 accomplished. Pretty straightforward, right? Let's shift gears to Section 4, finding an angle. Mission 2, the SSS scenario. We're going to see how this builds up our capabilities when we already have all three sides and need to uncover a completely unknown angle. Okay. Identifying our givens, we have sides of 6, 8, and 10 centimeters. We plug these directly into our rearranged formula to isolate that angle. But watch what happens here when we simplify, because this is kind of cool. The top of our fraction becomes 36 plus 64 minus 100. Well, that's exactly 0, which means the cosine of C equals exactly 0 divided by 96, which of course is just 0.
So, to find the actual angle, we take the inverse cosine of 0 on our calculators. And because the inverse cosine of 0 is 90, we find that our missing angle C is exactly 90 degrees. We literally just proved that a triangle with sides 6, 8, and 10 is actually a perfectly right-angled triangle.
Which brings us to Section 5,
Traps and takeaways. Avoiding the pitfalls. Because, look, knowing the formula is really only half the battle. Avoiding the common mistakes is what actually makes you an expert.
There are a few absolutely crucial traps you always need to double-check. First up, radiance mode. I'm telling you, this is the #1 killer of math scores. Always make sure your calculator is set to degrees when you're working with triangle geometry, unless you're explicitly told otherwise. Next, don't get so excited writing out the Pythagorean part of the formula that you just forget to subtract the 2ab cosine c at the end. It happens more than you'd think. Finally, just be incredibly meticulous about not mixing up your sides and angles, and always ensure you're using the true included angle, the one sandwiched right between your two known sides. Avoiding these really simple mistakes is going to save you massive headaches down the road.
So to quickly summarize our journey today, just remember that this master key fundamentally links 3 sides and 1 single angle. It totally liberates us from the constraints of right angles, and it works flawlessly for any triangle you're ever going to encounter. All you really need is that one core formula permanently embedded in your mind. C squared equals a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cosine c. And this right here, this brilliantly illustrates our final and honestly most fascinating twist of this whole explainer. Think about what actually happens when angle C is exactly 90 degrees. Because the cosine of 90 degrees is 0, that entire back half of the formula, the minus 2ab times 0, it just simply vanishes. The right side of the equation turns to 0, and the cosine rule magically collapses right back into the Pythagorean theorem. So the Pythagorean theorem isn't actually its own isolated rule at all, it's literally just a special, highly specific version of the cosine rule. How cool is that?
It's absolutely incredible to see how all of mathematics is so deeply interconnected. You know, we tend to think of these formulas as totally separate rules we have to memorize, but really, they're all just different branches of the same beautiful tree. It really leaves us to wonder, if the super famous Pythagorean theorem is just a hidden subset of the cosine rule, what other fundamental mathematical truths are actually just tiny pieces of a much bigger, grander puzzle just waiting to be uncovered? Thank you so much for exploring the cosine rule with me today. Keep looking for those hidden connections, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.